let's get started. So for those of you who perhaps haven't been to Perth before, we're located on the west coast of Australia and we share the same time zone as Hong Kong. So we're also known as one of the top 10 healthiest cities in the world. We're currently one of Australia's most affordable capital cities, especially in comparison to cities such as Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. We have the largest number of Australian stock exchange listed headquarters in Australia. So what that means is a lot of the head office companies and including international companies are based in Perth, primarily because of our location and sharing that same time zone as almost a third of the world's population. And lastly, our city provides our international students with a 40% discount on our public transport fees. So quick tour of the city. Just want to point out some highlights for you. So we have pictured here our recently built Optus Stadium, which was voted the most beautiful sports facility in the world last year. Not too far from the university campus is one of our favourite beaches, which is Cottesloe Beach. Western Australia, we're very lucky to have loads of beaches up and down the coast, all within easy access of the city. Rottnest Island, and I guess in particular the quokka, which some of you, if you've seen on social media, the quokka selfies, are only found in Western Australia, and it's located about a 40-minute ferry ride from Perth City. Back into Perth, and we have Kings Park, which is located next to the university and also between the city centre, and it's a really beautiful spot, very easy walking distance from the campus. We have our cultural centre called Northbridge, which is an entertainment hub with plenty of restaurants, museums, many more things. And great. So moving on to the university, UWA is currently ranked number 86 in the world. We are a member of the Group of 8 universities in Australia, which is a coalition of the best research-intensive universities in Australia. 67% of all of our majors at UWA incorporate a work-integrated learning component, so that's things like internship opportunities and practicums. And we're currently ranked first in Australia for on-campus events and activities for our students, and that was voted by the International Student Barometer last year. Pictured here is our main Crawley campus. So it is quite a large university campus and is located in pretty much just one big block, very close to the city centre in Kings Park, as I mentioned previously. It takes about 15 minutes to get between the Perth CBD and the UWA Crawley campus, and that's well connected with frequent buses. We're also located next to the UWA Health Campus, which has several major hospitals, including Sir Charles Gardner Hospital and the newly opened Children's Hospital, as well as many medical research institutes. We also have our on-campus accommodation, which is located between the campus and Kings Park. So moving on to our undergrad degree programs. At UWA, we have 5 bachelor degree programs. 4 of these are 3-year programs, which are the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Biomedical Science, Bachelor of Commerce, and Bachelor of Science. And you can see here that students coming through from the Hong Kong DSE would require a score of 15, and that's based on the best 4 subjects from the DSE. If your students have studied the IB diploma, it would be a score of 27 to get into these 4 bachelor degree programs. The last bachelor degree program listed there is the Bachelor of Philosophy Honours, and this is a 4-year quota-restricted program, and this requires a DSE score of 22 to gain entry. I will go into more detail about each of these courses now. So the Bachelor of Arts, as I mentioned, is a 3-year course. Our graduates from the Bachelor of Arts have the highest average starting salary for Bachelor of Arts graduates in Australia. So that's for graduates starting work in Australia. Our performing arts courses are ranked in the world's top 100 And the major itself is made up of 33 different majors and includes 9 different languages. Pictured now on your screen are the different majors that we offer currently within the Bachelor of Arts. Some of our more popular majors within this program would be Communication and Media Studies, Architecture and Landscape Architecture, as well as Music Studies and the Law and Society programs. The next bachelor degree is the Bachelor of Biomedical Science. So students studying the Bachelor of Biomedical Science will have the opportunity to study at the UWA Health Campus, which I mentioned previously, as it's connected to hospitals, research institutes, and healthcare providers. UWA is currently ranked 1st in Australia and 8th in the world for our clinical medicine program. Within the Bachelor of Biomedical Science, students have the opportunity to complete the following majors that are appearing on your screen. Most students using the DSE score of 15 would be able to gain entry into all of these majors, except for the Integrated Medical Sciences and Clinical Practice major and Medical Sciences major. The Integrated Medical Science and Clinical Practice major is only offered to students who have applied and been successful in gaining a place in our Doctor of Medicine pathway program. Medical Sciences is a similar style of program, and this is designed for students on a pathway to the Doctor of Dental Medicine or to a Master of Pharmacology. The next degree is the Bachelor of Commerce. Again, graduates have the highest average starting salaries for business graduates in Australia. Our accounting and finance programs are ranked in the world's top 100, and we're also the only commerce degree in Western Australia to be accredited in both Europe and in North America. Within the Bachelor of Commerce, we offer 8 different majors, including accounting, finance, and marketing, as well as the double major professional economics. The next degree is the Bachelor of Science, and our science programs are currently, in particular our agricultural science, is currently ranked 1st in Australia and 18th in the world, and we're also ranked 1st in Australia for our mining and mineral engineering, marine and ocean engineering, environmental science and engineering, as well as biological science. You can see here that the Bachelor of Science is made up of a lot of different majors. Some of the popular majors within this course would be the Engineering Science, which offers a pathway through to the Master of Professional Engineering and accreditation to become an engineer, as well as Data Science, and psychology being quite popular majors within this area of study. The last of our 5 bachelor degrees is the Bachelor of Philosophy. This is aimed at an inspiring and research-orientated 4-year degree aimed at high-achieving students. Students will have quite a cohort experience, including a summer residence with a live-in orientation prior to commencing the degree. As I mentioned previously, it is a 4-year full-time program. So moving on now to our course model. As some of you may be familiar with other institutions, perhaps in Australia, at UWA we do provide a more broad bachelor degree experience and provide students with the option of studying a double major instead of a double degree. So what I have pictured on the screen here is a course model example for a Bachelor of Commerce student who is studying marketing as their first major and data science as their second major. So you can see here the marketing units make up roughly 50% of the degree. So they'll study marketing units in first, second, and really specialise in their 3rd year. We also, within the Bachelor of Commerce, have 4 complementary units, and these are designed to give a broad understanding of commerce in general, regardless of the major the students choose. And this is common throughout all of our bachelor degrees. You can see now that we've brought data science in, and like the marketing, there are a similar number of units that make up the second part of the major. Like marketing, the student will study data science from the first year and again specialise a lot further in their final year of year 3. The last 4 classes that they have are called Broadening Units, and these are designed for students, they're aimed at for students to take outside of their main area of study. So in this example, the student has decided to choose Media and Communication Studies, a Psychology unit, and also a Work Integrated Learning unit or internship program, with the idea that it will really broaden the scope of their degree. One of the benefits of this course structure is that students may be unsure of what they want to study, especially in regards to that second major. So for students who are perhaps deciding between 2 different second majors, this first year flexibility allows them to try a few different things and then decide at the end of their first year. In this example, the student has decided that the Media and Communication Studies was a better fit with their marketing and where they wanted to go with their career. So we've just simply swapped the data science units for their broadening units, and they're able to continue with Media and Communication Studies, and it doesn't add any length of time to their degree. They're still complete in 3 years. Of course, a student doesn't need to take a second major, and if they don't, this is what their course outline may look like. It will be filled up predominantly with elective options for them. Another aspect of our degree is that, as I mentioned before, we do provide broader bachelor degrees to give our students a well-rounded base before specialising at a postgrad level. When looking at other Australian universities, it may be common to see double degrees. In this example, we have a student who is interested in both engineering and economics. So at another institution in the light green, the student may need to study a double degree, which can take up to 5 years in total study. Compare that to UWA in the blue, and the student will enrol in a Bachelor of Science with a double major in both engineering and economics. After 3 years, they will move through to their professional engineering course, which is a 2-year master program. One of the other main points is that a double degree equates to a level 7 Australian qualification ranking framework versus a master degree, which is ranked as a level 9 Australian qualification. So the master is ranked higher and the student achieves it in less time. Of course, if the student decides that they don't want to continue on to the master and want to just graduate with a bachelor degree, they can certainly do so and get that level 7 qualification, but they do it in 3 years instead of the 5.5. At this point, I just want to introduce our current Global Excellence Scholarship that we have available to high achieving students. So you can see here on the screen, I've listed the scores available for Hong Kong DSE students as well as IB Diploma. We do offer this as well for many other curriculums. So if there's anything I'm missing here, feel free to get in touch and I can provide that information for you, or you can go to the link that's pictured at the bottom of the screen. One thing to note with these scholarships is that eligible applicants to the university will be automatically considered for the scholarship upon application. They don't need to submit a separate scholarship application, just the normal application. Okay, so moving on to our on-campus accommodation. We at UWA have 5 residential colleges located all next door to each other on our campus. Pictured in the background is our oldest of the 5, which is St. George's College. Some of the benefits of staying in College Row, as we call it, with the 5 residential colleges is that obviously they get to live on campus, so their transportation costs and the ability and access to the campus is fantastic. Most of their meals are included in the cost of their rent. They have access to the university facilities frequently and easily. They're walking distance to the Swan River, Kings Park, as well as the Queen Elizabeth II Medical Centre, which makes up part of the UWA Medical Centre and access to main hospitals. They have the opportunity to live with both Australian and international students and can participate in things like inter-college sports, activities, mentorship programs, and all of the colleges have a very strong alumni network. I have just included some of the typical costs of the rooms per week for most first-year apartments. So pictured on the screen is one of a typical room for a first-year student. They do tend to live in their own room, so it's no shared accommodation for sleeping. However, first-year students will generally share accommodation with, share bathrooms with a couple of other same-sex students. Please note, all prices listed on the screen are subject to change and are in Australian dollars. Alternatively, we do have international student accommodation located in our city centre. This accommodation is located in Northbridge, and if you think back to the start of my presentation, Northbridge was the district that was the cultural and entertainment hub. So plenty of restaurants and activities, museums, theatres, all located in the same area. They're walking distance to Chinatown, as well as Perth City's main public transport hub, and close to our major shopping and business district and restaurants. There are two different properties. The first is Campus Perth, and the second is the student housing company, the Boulevard. And you can see here I've included a typical rate per week. It's important to note that the rooms that are the prices shown on your screen are for shared rooms. So pictured in the background is a Campus Perth shared room setup, and this will be a room shared between 4 people. So you can see here that the students will have their own bed and their own desk and study space, but they'll have a shared bathroom and kitchen and common area. As previously, the prices are in Australian dollars and subject to change. So at UWA, we do have 2 intakes typically per year for bachelor degrees. The Bachelor of Philosophy is just the 1 intake in semester 1, but otherwise semester 2 is due to commence on the 27th of July this year, and semester 1 will commence next year on the 22nd of February. If you are wanting to find out more about the student experience, we do have a UniBuddy chat function on our website where you can chat to a current UWA student or current UWA staff member, such as myself. Our student ambassadors also post their experience blogs, tips and pointers for students interested in coming to study not only at UWA but also about life in Perth. For more information, the link is on the screen at the moment. So that brings me to the end of my formal presentation. On the screen now are our different social media platforms if you'd like to get in touch, as well as our email address. We do have a live chat function available Monday to Friday, that should be 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Alternatively, feel free to send us an email or get in touch through AEC to me directly.